Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings, and we are going to do the Scorpio Weekly Tarotscope for January 8th through the 14th. So let's see what we have for you guys. I'm just going to pull a couple to see what the overall energy is for the week, and then we'll get into a more in-depth read. Okay, we have the King of Swords as the overall energy. So, this represents wanting to do the right thing, wanting to do things the right way. The King of Swords is very fair. He's very balanced. He's not going to let his emotions override his decisions. He's going to make very logical decisions. He's going to he sees the truth of everything. He's very aware of his surroundings too. Let's see what else we get. It's like you're in this you're in this energy of planning something out, of writing down a list of goals. It's like you're making a plan for something. Planning for your future, maybe. But you're not telling anybody. Oh, I like that. Okay. The High Priestess is that card of hidden knowledge. She's very aware, just like the King of Swords. But in the same sense, she is going to keep things to herself. She's not going to, not that she doesn't trust people. It's more that she trusts in herself, and she trusts that things will come out when they need to come out. And then we have this Ten of Pentacles here, and the Ten of Pentacles is that card of stability, of comfort, of it's a very long-term commitment. It's it's a job that's going to give you long-term financial stability. So it could be that you're making some sort of plans for your future, or you're focusing on something for your future, something that's going to be long-term. But in the same regards, you're very mindful of who you open up to this about. You're not really expressing things to other people. You're not telling people what your plans are, or you're telling a very select few people what you know, what your intentions are, which is a good thing, because I have learned that, when you have a desire for something, and when you have a dream for something, when you start telling people, a lot of people are going to doubt, a lot of people are going to put their own 2 cents in, and so that kind of, will eat away at the confidence that you have. And so you don't want other people's bad juju energy on your future plans. And I do, to some extent, want to say that whatever it is that you're working towards, even though the Ten of Pentacles is that card of stability and of comfort, in this deck, she's getting off of this merry-go-round. So it's like whatever it is that is going on in your mind, whatever it is that you're planning, whatever vision you have for your future, that it's kind of against the grain, or it's against what other people would expect from you. Which is why you're not telling anybody, because you know that people want you to be in the same the same merry-go-round. Oh, I really like that. All right, we're going to see what else we get. You're planning something that nobody would expect from you. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, we have the Page of Wands here, and that, that is that card of having that new spark, that new desire. It's like this new passion, new excitement for something. And with this Page of Wands, this is something that the idea of this, that the dream of this is something that's very, very comforting to you. It's very soothing to you, but at the same time, it's very exciting. With this Three of Cups, this is that card of a celebration. It is also a card of coming together with other people. It does also represent a reconciliation. It represents taking the next step within a connection. But then we do have that followed by the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is this card of being very careful, of holding on to what you have. In this card, if you notice, both figures, if you flip it either way, they're both kind of looking out, but they're not taking any action. To some extent, it almost feels like having a connection with another person, but for some reason you and this other person feel that you're having to keep this private for some reason. Or it could be that you have a connection to somebody else, but for some, like there's no communication right now, or you or the other person is holding back. Let me see what this Four of Pentacles is. Again, this could be, you simply making some sort of plan, having a new desire, having a new dream, and really kind of putting all your energy into this, getting really excited about this, but to some extent not really being able to see how to fully get this started right now. Like you don't want to make the same mistake again, or you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. And if this is in regards to another person, it's like there's some sort of conflict surrounding this connection. Yeah, if this is in regards to another person, there is some sort of conflict between you and this other person. Although I do feel that there is, that Page of Wands is a messenger. It's a new idea. It's a new desire. So I do feel that there, you might have been connecting with somebody and you guys have not been on the same page. And you guys have been kind of battling the same issue over and over and over again. But with this Ten of Swords, that's kind of, that's coming to an end. Let's see what else we get. There's that Ten of Pentacles again. I feel that for some of you, you have this connection to another person, and you guys have had you've had an issue throughout this entire connection, and this issue has prevented this connection from being a solid connection, from coming together. And you both keep kind of revisiting the same issue every single time. And so that has kept this connection at a disconnect. To some extent, I feel that in this connection, you both have really kind of held back in opening up to the connection and opening up to your feelings. But we do have this Ten of Pentacles and this Judgment card. And the Judgment card is that card of wanting to make things right, of wanting to come together. The Ten of Pentacles, again, is that card of stability, but in the same sense, stepping off of the merry-go-round to gain your own stability. So it's almost like you, within this connection to another person, this is kind of saying you both are realizing that you have to go about this a different way. There has to, you can't keep going and revisiting the same issues, because with this Four of Cups, it's like you can't offer the same thing. This person can't offer the same thing. With that Four of Cups too, there is that fear of being vulnerable. So again, it might be that within this connection, both of you have kind of had this fear of being vulnerable, of really opening up to this connection. And in the same regard, again, I do want to say that for some of you, this might be a connection to somebody that you're having to, I don't want to say keep it a secret, but having this connection exposed to other people it's like having other people involved in this connection is too much. That other people have too much to say. And so in some regards, it's like you two are having to kind of make a decision to keep this relationship kind of quiet, if that makes sense. And again, if this has nothing to do with this connection, you have this idea, you have this desire, this thing that you want to go after, this new venture that you want to pursue, but you're not letting other people in on this. You're not opening up to tell people what it is your plans are, because you know that other people are gonna try to deter you. Okay, we have the Hangman on the bottom, and that is the card of delay, of not so much being stuck, because when the Hangman is stuck, he's able to see something from a different perspective. So there's something gained from being stuck. There's something to be gained from the delay. And then we have the Six of Swords on the bottom, and that is that card of moving forward, but it's also the card of silence. It's, again, the card of not really speaking on where it is you're going, not really speaking on what your intentions are. So again, I do feel that whatever you have that you're planning for, whatever it is that you're focusing on for your future, you're not letting other people in on this. And I do feel that this is a good thing, because I do feel that the other, that these other people are going to kind of try to deter you. And again, if this is a connection to somebody else, I feel that there's you two do have a very good connection, especially with this Judgment card and this Ten of Pentacles. But I do, to some extent, feel that for this to be, you're having to go about this connection in a different way. And whether that means not letting other people interfere with this connection, whether that means having to, I hate saying secret, keep it a secret, but it's like, to some extent it is, because, especially with this Hierophant card and this Nine of Swords, the Hierophant card is all about tradition and kind of going with the flow, going with the grain. And then you have this Ten of Pentacles, which is going against the grain. So, yeah, it's like you're having to go against the norm for this connection, to be able to come together. With this King of Pentacles, that is the card of stability, of protection. So it's like you're very protective of either this connection that you have with this person or this idea that you have. You're very protective of it. You don't want to let anybody interfere. And I do want to say, overall, I feel like that's kind of the guidance overall for you this week, is to be willing to shut anybody out that is going to try to put their 2 cents in, that's going to try to give you your advice. Because with you being in that King of Swords energy, you know exactly what it is that you want. You know exactly what your path is. And I feel like that's saying you can trust yourself. And having the idea of needing to block people out or keep something to yourself or keep something a secret, that's to your benefit right now. Let's see what else we get. Yes. Again, if this is in regards to a connection, there is some kind of a fear of being vulnerable. It's like when something is out in the open, it's available for attack. That's what the energy is. Once it's out in the open, that leaves room for the negativity. And this is such a new energy, or you're trying to start something new, that having that kind of energy interfere with it is not, it's not going to be beneficial right now, just because it's something new. Yeah, you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're doing something different. You're handling something a different way. And I feel that you're very confident in what it is you want, and what it is you believe, and what it is you want to work towards. And you've thought long and hard about this. You've put a lot of energy and focus into this. But again, because it is for whatever reason, there's something that it's out of the norm. It's something different. It's something that other people might have too much to say about it, and you don't need that kind of energy right now. Especially with this Two of Swords on the bottom. She knows where she's going, but she also knows, she's on a tightrope. She has to be very careful. Yeah, it's like, be mindful of your circle right now, and trust in yourself that if there's something that you don't want to open up to the people around you, if there's a dream that you have, if there's a desire that you have, and you feel the need to keep it to yourself, you can trust yourself on that. Especially this week, because everybody is just super emotional this week. We have the full moon, we have the lunar eclipse, and so what is that saying? Misery loves company. So when people see that you have an idea for yourself, or you have something that you're feeling really good about, if somebody's miserable, or if you're surrounded by people who are not in that same energy level as you are, a lot of times, unfortunately, people don't like to see the people around them succeed and the people around them move ahead. And so when you open up and you tell somebody, hey, I'm really excited about, I met this new person, and this person is, this and this and this and this and this. And then you have, this friend of yours who's single and who has been single for 20 years. And they're like, oh, you can't date somebody like that. And then that puts doubt in your head. And I feel like what this is saying is, this idea that you have, this desire that you have, you can trust in this. And this is not the time to let anybody interfere with any of it. So with that Three of Cups, the Three of Cups is the card of friendship. So I will say that, the people that you can trust, and leave it at that. And if this is, in regards to another, a connection with somebody else, it could, however you two have been dealing with this in the past, obviously it has not worked. And you both feel the connection. You both have that comfort and love within the connection, but you both know that you have to go about this in kind of a non-traditional way. And that's what's going to make this connection work. And with that being said, when you do something non-traditional, the traditional people are going to have way too much shit to say about it. So there's no shame in wanting to keep something to yourself right now. And that was really long, and I'm sorry. But I love you guys. I'm going to leave it at that, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. I am sending you much, much love. Bye-bye.